everyone. Happy Monday. It's Shelly Wasso coming to you live from Chicago. I almost wasn't going to come live, but this is a good live, so I'm super excited to be here. If you're from the East Coast time or Central time, it's maybe a little late. But I had a date with my family to watch a show, and we just finished, so I still also wanted to do my live video. My name is Shelly Wasso. I'm a full-time corporate executive mom of two amazing boys, married to my high school sweetheart. I am a multipreneur. I love to train others on my Do It Rich program and my training, how to build a life of richness. And if we haven't met yet, it's nice to meet you. So, how to take control of your life. I am always talking about wine, so I wanted to be clear that this had nothing to do with wine. But it has everything to do with being intentional with your time. And I want you to think of time like money. You need to think of time like money. So we are constantly advised and told to how to invest our money, how to have an emergency fund, how to track our expenses, how to spend our money, how to invest our money. We are always being told what to do with our money and how to have intention with our money. But we are not always told how to have intention with our time. And why not invest and bank our time intentionally? Why not invest and bank our time intentionally? So you wouldn't just walk around the house or outside, right? If you had a bunch of dollar bills, and you wouldn't just intentionally drop the dollar bills all over, right? You would hold on to the dollar bills. You would figure out what you were going to do with them. You would make sure they were safe in your pocket. But we walk around the house and we waste valuable time. And we waste valuable time by scrolling on social media, or I'm gonna say watching too much TV. However, I had it planned in my schedule. We decided that tonight we were watching the last episode of Stranger Things. So they left it open for another season, pretty sure. So if you watched or watch Stranger Things, let me know if you have watched that, and if you watched the last season of Stranger Things. That was actually booked in our calendar to do that together as a family on Monday night. So being wasteful with our time, scrolling on social media, actually one of the things that I had to learn was not to multitask so much, because multitasking actually is a big time waster. Being disorganized, there are so many different ways, and I am just telling you that ask yourself this question: is time controlling you, or are you controlling your time? And if you were one of those that feels like you're on autopilot, or you get to the end of the day and you're like, what did I just do all day today? Or maybe you even get to the end of the week and you're like, what the heck did I do all week? I can't believe it's Monday already. Like, ask yourself if you're that person, because if you're on that autopilot and you're not even sure what you did all week, then time is controlling you. So I am just going to give you some tips about how to control time. One thing that's super important is, I believe that we waste a lot of time thinking about what happened in the past and what's going to happen in the future. We waste so much time thinking about what happened the day before. So did you ever have, we waste more time thinking, did you ever have a bad day and it like ruins your day, like your actual day? Like you just had like a horrible day the day before or 2 days before, and you waste your whole entire day thinking about what I could have done to make that day better, what I should have done. You're wasting time. on being intentional with today, because what happened already happened and you can't change it. And then the other side of it, and I've always been really good with letting that stuff go. Like, it happened, it's time to move on. I'm gonna make the next day better. But what I had to really work on is my long list and the whole week and what I have to do and the report that's due by Friday and all those things that have to get done for the week. Instead of being intentional with today, we are spending so much time thinking about the future days that it's taking away from today. So if you've ever trained with Danelle Delgado, you have read the scrolls, and you should live today as if it is your last. And that's basically what I am saying, is that live today intentionally and don't let yesterday or tomorrow take away from today. And another thing is just to do everything consciously and on purpose. And the way that you can do that is by really understanding your value, your dreams, and your goals. If you understand what your goals are and what your dreams are and the value and purpose that you have and that you want, then you'll know how to schedule your time, because you'll know what those dreams and goals are. So if your dreams and goals, like one of ours, we bought our summer Michigan house, we're gonna build a house in the hill. This is why I do all the things that I do, because we have dreams and goals and we know what our value and our purpose is, and so we know how to schedule our time. And these are just a couple tips, and I'm just going to run through these quickly because I know it's getting late. But identify your time wasters. I have 5 tips. Identify your time wasters, and a good way to do this is actually to log your day or log your week. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So if you're saying I can't fit in working out, or you're saying that you can't do a personal development training, or you're saying I don't have time to read a book, like literally log your day and see with everything, sleeping, eating, commute time, see how much time you actually have, because you would be very, very surprised how much time at the end of the day you have if you log it. I would challenge you to do that for a week and see how much extra time you have. 2, plan out your time. So I just got done telling you about some time wasters, but if you plan out your time, like me finishing watching Stranger Things today, but we scheduled that with my family. So if you plan out your day or your week, then you're being intentional with your time. And it's something that's really, really helped me, especially with all the things that I'm doing in the multiple income streams. It helps me to keep time blocks and to stay in my buckets of what I'm doing. Just think of it like planning a trip. Like, who goes on a trip or drives anywhere now without GPS? So who can really get through their week if you have a lot going on without planning out your week? Like, everything, plan it all out. Like, if you're meditating and if you're working out and when you're commuting and when you're watching Stranger Things and all those things, plan them in your planner. Most people have a planner. If anyone wants ideas of the planner I use, feel free to reach out and I'll share my favorite planner. Tip number 3 is to get rid of distractions. We have distractions around us everywhere, so sometimes you just have to find your space. And accountability partners are amazing for distractions. I am not sure where or how I could do all the things I do without accountability partners, and we get that from our mastermind group. I get that from my husband. So somewhere you have to have accountability partners. Tip number 4 is learn to say no. Like, you can't say yes to everyone. It's a hard thing for all of us to do, but you have to learn when to say no. And tip number 5 is to outline your goals with your values and your dreams, because I promise you, once you understand your purpose, it is so much easier to schedule and be intentional with your time. So the reality is, we all have time. We just have to do these things, and we have to work really hard at being conscious with what we're doing, scheduling our time, and doing all these things. So hopefully you found that to be of value. Sorry I'm coming on so late. I hope that you guys have an awesome week. And I do have a Do It Rich training coming up in the middle of September. So if anyone is interested to hear or know more about it, so that I can get you on track with your goals and your dreams, visualizing, manifesting what you want, getting your schedule on track, I would love to share more with you. Reach out to me. Have an awesome week.